Good morning, good morning. Welcome to another episode of the Buckeye Roast. It's your boy Ron James here with my guy QP Ski. Q, how you doing?
What's going on, man? I'm a little bit better. It's no longer in the 5 a.m.s. I'm now in the sixes, so not quite as early. Still early, but you know what it is.
Yeah, it's that time of year, when the clocks change. It's dark when I wake up. It's dark before the end of my workday. It was pitch black yesterday at 4:30. Man, man, is the seasonal depression hitting like crack right now. Like it is terrible. But we are here. The Buckeyes are undefeated. The hammer's getting ready to come down on the Big Ten. We're gonna just jump right in because according to Michigan fans, this is only a Michigan channel and that's all we talk about. So we gotta give the people what they want, man. We are almost 48 hours in since Michigan has been served their notice of, I don't even know if they call them notice of allegations for Big Ten, but a letter that says we're on your ass from the Big Ten, and they have 48 hours to respond because the hammer is coming down. So, Q, your initial thoughts with this whole, honestly, we really have, me and you personally haven't talked about this that much. So, just your thoughts on this scandal. What type of punishment's coming down? What punishment's suitable? Is this headed to court? Like, what is going on here? Are we gonna need the Supreme Court to rule on whether or not Michigan are fucking cheaters or not?
It would be funny if they just got the one letter in the mail in the envelope, and the envelope literally says "We're on your ass." Okay, before I jump into that, first chat, shout out to Charles Green, man. First one in here. I
Shout
got
out our guy Charles.
that back.
Can't forget.
Yeah, appreciate it. Good morning. Good morning, everybody in here. Make sure you hit that like. But yeah, man. Well, I've heard a lot. We've had our back and forth with Michigan fans. I actually hopped in one of their spaces like a day ago. It got kicked out in about 2 minutes. Yeah, man, they're pretty cooked here. I'm pretty sure like all the evidence is out. Obviously, Minnesota has gone through it. It drops something new every day. Connor Stallions has got fired, even though what he was doing was apparently normal and okay. And it was all right doing. We weren't doing nothing wrong.
I'm gonna stop you right there. It's normal and okay, bro. The funny thing about that is I saw a clip online. They're like, "Oh, that's totally normal." I didn't see anyone with because everyone said that it was their play calls. I didn't. It's crazy they didn't need cheat sheets anymore now that Connor Stein's not there. I guess he must have made everyone's brain foggy and then they couldn't remember. And then it's crazy that like for the past 3 years, there's been a guy attached to the hip of every Michigan coordinator in between plays, talking to him, whispering to him, yelling him, helping him with signals. No one. They were just standing on an island this past weekend. It's crazy, bro, but it's normal. You would think something that was normal, like they would replace it. Like, you know what I mean? I have normal jobs that I do at work. If I wasn't at work, someone else would do them. But I guess his work wasn't important enough that no one needed to replace it. I don't know what was going on there.
They didn't have to. They didn't put somebody there to honor Connor and just the great job he did at the position. They didn't want to, so fast just throw somebody in the ear of the coordinator. But yeah, man, I'm interested to see how it turns out. Again, I don't think the Big Ten is going to make any moves before the season that takes hardball off the chessboard. I think they'll kind of let it play out as far as the season. I mean, this is going to be the biggest season for Michigan in the next few years at least. So I think he'll be around. I'm still looking forward to that game at the end. They're all like, "Oh, just because y'all are just trying to get out the game." It's like, no, y'all cheated. Y'all cheated, and that is what it is. But still looking forward to the game. So I'm interested to see what the Big Ten does in the short term.
What is your prediction? Do you think that Harbaugh finishes the season as the coach, or do you think that the rumors of an indefinite suspension are likely?
If he does get suspended, I expect it to be maybe fairly quickly. Get him out of there for the next 2 games and get him back for the Ohio State. I don't think there's any way he misses the Ohio State. Yeah, I'll be shocked if that actually happens. I think he does finish the season and coaches in all important games, and then after the season, that boy is hitting the digital dash, man.
Where's he going?
Assistant coach. He is getting out of there, man. I don't know where he's going, but he's before with the NFL before when things are going well. He gonna be on the Ravens staff. Unfortunately for me.
I mean, is that a good thing for y'all? Do y'all want him on his staff? I talked to Dog. He's like, take that whole goddamn Harbaugh family and get him out of here. He don't want them in Baltimore. He thinks his brother stinks too.
Oh man, yeah, I had a little beef with John. It's not the worst. I'm not necessarily running him out of town, but I do got my beefs with him. But no, that definitely does not help. Does not help the franchise, in my opinion. But I don't think there's any way he comes back for another season bending these allegations. He's gonna come back and what? Get suspended, have to rebuild a program basically after the hand the NCAA is going to lay down. Nah, he probably good off that.
See, I disagree. I think they're laying the hammer down. I think he is going to get crushed today. I think that he's going to be suspended indefinitely. I feel like this is going to go to court. I think this is going to get messy, and I think deservedly so. The idea that if this stuff is true, we know it's true. When the evidence is presented, it'll become clear that it's not fair to allow them to compete anymore. They clearly cheated. Their record is fraudulent, and the fact that they're still able to play and compete they should be glad that they're allowed to just finish the season for no meaning, let alone be allowed to compete in the college football playoffs. I just don't understand how people are like, oh, this isn't that big of a deal. I think this is I personally can't think of a scandal that I remember that could impact the outcome of a game more since Spygate.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like an unfair advantage. It seems like the Big Ten understands where the rest of the coaches are coming from and the punishment that they would like to see. I think they're going to bring the hammer down on Jim Harbaugh today, and build the ark, because the fucking flood of tears is coming from Michigan fans in the next couple of days. So make sure you guys are prepared for that.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about cheating a lot in the NCAA, but it's most part, it's not really cheating anymore, just recruiting and just the shady stuff that goes on there. But I don't think even back in spaces that we talked about scandals that actually impact the games, once the kids are on campus. It's a completely different level than what we normally go to. So most definitely, they're gonna have to lay the hammer down for something. This is this is well step further.
Yeah. Me and Chris Drew will be live on Bleacher Report tonight for the college football rankings reaction. The Buckeyes debuted at #1 last week. I'm sorry, I'm just completely thrown off by bro got the worms. I don't even know what the fuck that.
Got it. He being annoying.
Oh,
That is.
I was like, what is this person talking about? So, yeah, the college football playoff rankings come out tomorrow or tonight. Me and Chris will be on Bleacher Report live reacting. The Buckeyes debut at #1. Do you think they stay there?
Hell no, man. I talked about this with Mike. Man, Ohio State's not holding down this #1 spot. If they do for one more week, they'll get replaced by Georgia. I think Georgia steps up, takes that #1 spot. Ohio State did particularly look good this weekend against Rutgers, so that helps. Yeah, I think Georgia goes #1. I think it's going to be Ohio State and Michigan at 2 and 3 all through, but until we play. So, and then one of us is going to hold that spot, and maybe the other one holds on for that 4th spot. But there is no way any team from the Big Ten has the #1 spot. So I think this week they flip it.
Yeah, you would imagine after that win over, I believe, number 12, Missouri, Georgia would move up. I don't know. I mean, it's their first. We got Buckeye Punk. He's a Buckeye fan and a Georgia fan. I don't know what their second best win is. Maybe Tennessee. Punk, is that your guys' best win? Second best win? I just with the SEC bias, with the way the Buckeyes have looked the past couple weeks, I don't know if they look like the best team in the country. They talk about the eye test and the defense. I mean, the defense did their job again, held the Fighting Greg Schiano's under 17 points. Punk is saying that their second best win is Kentucky. So you got Missouri and Kentucky versus Penn State and Notre Dame. Notre Dame loses to Clemson this past week. Not sure how great that win is looking. I saw Notre Dame fans calling for Marcus Freeman's job on the timeline. So things do not seem to be going great there. So I would imagine the Buckeyes do take a little bit of a slide this week, and Georgia does reassert themselves as the #1 team in the country.
Yeah, overreaction Sunday. Marcus Freeman is going nowhere, man. But yeah, and also too, man, Georgia got bailed out, bro. I see the end of that game. I'm like, come on, man. Like this is some luck Ohio State never gets. I want a quarterback just to turn and just throw it to one of our defensive linemen, man. Catch him in stride. Can we get more of that? Can we get a little bit of that luck to rub off?
Yeah, man. You would hope we could see some of that luck on special teams because our fucking special teams has been terrible, bro. We take any help that we can get over that way. Luck, coaching, anything that would help.
Yeah, Punk bailed out. But nah, man, I think Georgia holds that number one spot down. And I think they should have had it all along, to be honest. Ohio State hasn't, even though on resume we've looked really good. We've talked about this team week in, week out. We have flaws. We have things we need to sort out. This defense looks like a defense that could be the number one team in the country. I'm with that, but this offense has not. They've looked lackluster, mainly due to insufficient quarterback play. So yeah, man, I have no problems with it. We drop down to 2. It is what it is. This is one of the times where I'd be like, nah, like there's a reason we're number 2. And we haven't passed that ice has to do that, unlike 2019, where we should have been the number 1 team. But we're not gonna get into that.
So I want to ask you a question. Christian and I talked about this on Bleacher Report last week. We talked about the college football playoff contenders. I wanted to ask you, which one of these one-loss teams concerns you most as far as a threat to the Buckeyes? I saw a couple scenarios as far as the college football playoff rankings. I believe the scenario was it would be the winner of the Ohio State Michigan game if both teams are undefeated. Florida State undefeated, ACC champ. Washington undefeated Pac-12 champ. Texas one loss Big 12 champ. Alabama one loss SEC champion. Georgia one loss with a loss to Alabama in the SEC championship, and Oregon with one loss. Oregon would have 2 losses if they didn't make it. So, which team makes it into the playoffs there as that 4 seed? In Florida State as an undefeated ACC champ. So you would imagine your undefeated conference champs get themselves in, which would be Florida State, the Big Ten champ, and Washington. So then, who does that 4th spot go to?
I don't know if there's a one loss in there. Man, the teams that really have one loss right now that kind of worry me. Watch Oregon again, man. I don't know how they lost that game against Washington. It wasn't look good, but Oregon just looks like a good football team. Them and Alabama are the two where I'm like, shit, man. Like they look good. They look like any type of game and this is both teams. Any type of game they get in, they can pull it out. I mean, Jalen Milroe. Good Lord, man. He's half running back, half quarterback, finds a way to get it done. I mean, this Bama team, we know the defense, the secondary, it's always there. So both of those teams are the ones that kind of concern me, especially with Ohio State. Getting into a shootout is not anything I want to do. So Oregon, go away. I don't want those problems. I'd probably much rather this team go face Alabama right now. But those are the 2 teams that sort of worry me that currently have one loss. This is going to play out. I mean, Georgia plays Bama, like you said. Interested to see what happens in that game. I feel like Alabama can knock them off. I don't know if they will knock them off, but they can. And interested to see what happens out in the Pac-12.
Yeah, man, Alabama worries me. They worry me. We talked about it on the instant reaction a couple weeks ago, and everybody's like, "What are you talking about? Alabama's losing to Tennessee right now." And it's something about that logo. I mean, they have the greatest coach of all time. They have the highest talent composite in the entire country, and they're playing ridiculous defense right now. I do not want to see Kyle McCord go against that defense. Like, it's crazy that like the team that when I look at these teams still in playoff contention, the team that I'm most worried about is Alabama. I'm like, we need to keep them out of the playoffs because if they get in the playoffs, they're winning the national championship. I'm telling you right now. If Alabama makes the playoffs, they're going to win the championship. Like, I don't like that team worries me. I think they would be able to run the ball on us. I think scrambling quarterback too with a deep threat. I think those are the 2 biggest threats to Ohio State's defense right now. We always talk about the big play explosion. Jalen Milroe has the longest pass or the most yards per attempt, and then you saw what he was able to do with his legs this past weekend. I feel like that could create a problem for the Buckeyes. So I do not want to see the Crimson Tide. I hope they find a way to stay out of the playoffs. That's not a team that I want to play right now.
I mean, yeah, man. I want to see this team, the way this team plays. Just get the easiest path possible. Let's just for once. Luck go on our side, man. Because like the reason Oregon scares me so much is like just a shootout, man. I don't want to see that. But like you said, this Bama team is real. I'm really looking forward to that Georgia Alabama game. I think it's going to be another good one. I don't know which way it's going to swing. I would lean Georgia right now, just hair a little bit, but yeah, it's interesting to see how this is going to play out. There's a lot of contenders in here that are out there for these 4 spots, and in the final year of the college football playoff of I think just 4 teams. Then yeah, I'm ready to roll and see what happens.
Yeah, man, definitely don't want to see that happen. We'll see what happens with the college football rankings, see if they move at all. Just definitely going to be interesting. Definitely got a messy race leading into the final year of the 4-team playoff. The Buckeyes are at 9-0. They have 3 games remaining on the schedule, so I want to ask you about them and your level of concern going into these games. This week, the Buckeyes have Michigan State, followed by the Fighting PJ Flex of Minnesota, and then they finish the year with the team up north. Thoughts on Michigan State? I really haven't given this game much thought. Been thinking about a different Michigan team for the past couple weeks. Disappointing season for the Spartans. I feel like the Buckeyes should be able to handle them. My question for you is, do you think they will use this time to get guys healthy? We've seen Kyle gimping around. We know that Denzel's been banged up. Lathan's been banged up. Do you think we see a deeper rotation, and do you think we see a different quarterback in the next few games before Michigan?
Yeah, like you said, it's a great time to get guys healthy. I hope so, as far as the quarterback goes, especially, Kyle's hurt, he's got his back, his ankle, his neck, his arm, shoulder, all this stuff. Like, get healthy. We need all hands on deck for this Michigan game. I think the schedule, we've kind of gotten past really the hard part, waiting for that final game. So let's just go and take care of business. Michigan State have no reason not to go in there and beat them convincingly. And then also too with Minnesota, I was on ESPN and they predicted us at like a 97% chance almost to win that game. So both of these games shouldn't be a problem. It should be time to get guys healthy and get guys ready to go there. As far as the secondary, the way they played, I don't mind backups coming in. I feel like the depth is there. It's a good time to rotate guys, keep us healthy. No guys either play a lot and risk injury, or do we need to keep guys in games late? So we don't need Tommy making a tackle with 2 minutes left. Let's rotate a little bit. Let this offense get flowing. I mean, obviously, if Kyle needs to get healthy, maybe that would be with DB or Tristan Jebbia, whoever next man up. But let's get healthy and get ready for this game at the end of November.
Yeah, man, it seems like health is going to play a major factor in this team's success. While we did see the younger version of BIA out there last week, I would love to make sure that we are fully healthy back there, get Denzel back on the field, get Lathan back on the field. I think they are at their best when those guys are playing. This team has a lot of injuries, but I don't think they have a schedule that's really going to get in their way before they get to the team up north. So I guess we should just jump right into that game. I'm going to ask the question. I mean, it's clearly the elephant in the room. Who's better, Kyle McCord or J.J. McCarthy?
Is that the elephant in the room?
I mean, it is the elephant in the room. Our quarterback fucking stinks. Michigan has a better quarterback, and that could be the reason why we lose in 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Oh man, I mean, yeah, clearly it's JJ. I mean, I asked this question at the beginning of the season to Chris Drew. I was like, Chris, did Ryan Day make a mistake in his evaluation to bring Kyle McCord in? And I mean, and when you look at the high school film, you're like, nah, man, Kyle McCord can throw the ball. He's hitting Marv forever, streaking down the field all the time. We should be all right. Clearly something happened where he's not doing that right now. So JJ's a better quarterback right now. I don't think that's up for discussion. Yeah, Kyle McCord is really going to have to get healthy, lock in, and come in and play one of his better games. I talked to Mike about it. I'm like, well, he ain't got to be perfect, but these open opportunities he has with guys streaking and just missing him or taking the taking his check down. You cannot do that at the end of November. You're going to have to hit on these big plays. You don't got to be perfect, but the opportunities we do have, and I feel like our defense is not going to do what they did last season and fucking put in a train wreck of a game. I think they're going to be solid. I think they'll probably give less points, but Common Core is going to have to find a way to get this offense into the 30s to win this game.
Yeah, man. And I mean, let me pull up the schedule right here. When's the last time the Buckeyes scored 30 points? They got 30 at Purdue, Maryland, Western Kentucky, and Youngstown State.
Along with Rutgers, but the 7 of those came from the offense.
Yeah, that don't count, man. The offense got to put up 7, man. I mean, the offense got to put up 30. I just don't see it. We talked about injuries a little bit. We saw Emeka Egbuka come back last week. I believe it was 4 catches for 29 yards. Do you think as he shakes some of the rust off that we will see him become a larger part of this offense? I feel like that's been one of the more perplexing parts of the offense this season. It's always seemed that like the slot receiver has been a safety net in Ryan Day's offense. You've seen KJ Hill lead the entire team in receptions with a team with Curtis Samuel and Terry McLaurin on it. So you know how valuable that slot position is. And but you're not seeing that type of production from the slot right now. Do you think they find a way to get Emeka going, and will that open up things for other people in the offense?
Yeah, to answer Punk's question, yes, we've scored 40 yet. So
yeah, we put up 63 on Western Kentucky,
bro.
Some respect on it, but no, we've only scored 40 one time this season.
We went over 40
Western Kentucky team. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Talking about this offense is gonna piss me off.
Give them the respect twice. Yeah, man, I expect Mecca to have a big time role. We continue to see, and this has kind of gone under the radar a little bit, the emergence of Carnell Tate into the offense. He has sort of become our wide receiver 3. I mean, him and Julian flip situationally when they need him to block and do stuff in the run game.
You don't think Julian Fleming? What do you think about his past defenses out there? The way he's just been knocking balls down. Maybe they should move bro to corner.
I'll give him credit for the drop on the weekend. It's a hard catch, especially down to your knees. He should.
What? Get the fuck out of here, bro. You're no. We're not fucking doing this. You are the number 1 wide receiver in the country, bro. You've been here long as fuck. You're a senior. Catch the fucking ball. If you're not going to catch the ball and you're out there just to block, bro, get behind G. Scott and learn how to be a fucking tight end, bro. At no reason should we be wide receiver you making excuses for the number 1 wide receiver in the fucking class who is now a senior, who his classmates are already in the NFL fucking catching touchdowns, and bro can't catch a slant on 3rd down. I'm not hearing that, bro.
Bro, that was not a good ball at all. Why do you expect just because he was the number 1 rated in high school, which we know these rankings don't fucking matter.
I don't. That doesn't matter. You know why I think he should catch the ball? Because he's a starting wide receiver at Ohio State. You're allegedly playing in the best wide receiver room in the country, ahead of Carnell Tate, ahead of Brandon Ennis, ahead of Xavier Johnson, ahead of people that we've seen perform. And this motherfucker, Julian Scott Jr., bro. Move that nigga to tight end, bro. If you're not going to fucking catch him, you're just going to fucking block, bro. Future right tackle. I don't know what this nigga's doing out there if he's not going to fucking catch the ball.
I'm just saying, I don't know why y'all expect him to catch just anything and everything. They throw it 3 feet into the 3 feet past the end zone, and you expect them to catch it. Yeah, I'm doing this all season. He's got to catch it.
Carnell Tate's a fucking freshman, and he's diving into NFL windows catching passes.
He's dropped easy passes as well.
Who's had more production?
Carnell Tate has. I said that. I said he's merged into wide receiver 3. Okay. I gave him that credit, but damn.
Well, then what's he on? If he's been merged to wide receiver 3, then what's he on the field for?
What do you mean? Julian is the best blocker of the wide receivers. What do you mean? Why is he on the field?
What is the first rule of wide receiver?
Fucking block on the perimeter.
who leads Ohio State in receiving touchdowns?
Bro, so last year,
who is the all-time leader in receiving touchdowns at Ohio State?
The all-time leader?
Yes. Chris Olave. Please tell me about his blocking skills that allowed him to achieve such greatness at Ohio State.
Problem is why they didn't run his way. But he would throw his body in there. Bro, we need somebody to block on the perimeter. We saw last year when we didn't get blocking on the perimeter how abysmal the screen game was, and also
now we see when we have a blocking wide receiver out there how abysmal the wide receiver play is. No,
you just saw Travion Henderson being able to run down.
Just Travion Henderson, yeah. I'm glad
run
you brought
over
up
here
Travion
and
Henderson.
run back.
We got
Because
niggas like Julian
Fleming's
Fleming out there fucking
downfield.
blocking because we're so concerned about blocking that Travion Henderson's our leading wide receiver, bro.
Bro, when Travion Henderson hit his screen
I'm glad you brought
and
him up. He should probably start at
60,
slot receiver instead of Julian, or at Z instead of Julian Fleming. Fuck.
I'm saying when Travion Henderson went for 60, that's because Julian Fleming's downfield blocking, holding his block, allowing him to spring those runs. Perimeter blocking.
I need you guys to let me know in the chat, guys. Let me know in the chat. Do you think that we should give Luke Montgomery a run at Z wide receiver because of his blocking ability? You guys let me know. Let me know in the chat. Luke Montgomery at Z. You heard it here first.
All right, when they stop blocking and fucking trade boys get clobbered as soon as they get to the edge, you're like, we ain't got no, we have no running game or screen production.
Fleming's still a Buckeye. Yeah, bro. Best blocker on the team.
Hey, man. Perimeter blocks. We need it. But no, Cardell Tate is emerging as wide receiver 3 here. I've said that for weeks now. I think this passing game does have a chance to get going, man. It's just a quarterback play. These guys are going to be open. They're going to create separation. Even Julian at times gets open. You know, it might catch the ball. So
no, definitely not might catch the ball. We saw him get open on a deep route and hit him right in his fucking shoulder pad and bounce behind him. Like, unless the ball is literally right into his chest, and that's still 50-50 catch at that point, he's not catching it.
Hey, man. Give him the ball, man. Let him show you why
why would we want to give him the ball? Who's trying to lose, bro? Who do you have a future on right now? What do you Georgia future, Alabama future? Who did you bet on? Are you trying to keep the Buckeyes out of the playoffs? What's your 4 teams you got in there? Let's throw Julian Fleming the ball. Let's start Kyle McCord. Have we thought about running the speed option with Kyle? What? Got any other bad ideas?
I got plenty. We can get worse. Kids trying to lose is crazy. But no, man. Mecca coming back. This wide receiver room needs to take a level up. They need level production, but we need it from the quarterback, man. That's the point being. He's got to find them when they're open, and they do get open. So,
yeah, man. Did you see that clip of the screenshot of all of the open receivers when Kyle threw that dot to the other team?
Yes, everybody's open. G. Scott's open. Whoever, I think it's Trey in the middle is open, and somebody on the other side is open. The only person that was not open was Marv.
Do you think maybe bro's colorblind?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Kyle, man. We need to do a study on him. I don't know what is happening, bro. First of all, the way he throws the ball looks like he's in pain. He's third year in the offense. He feels unconfident. Like
Damn, man. Derek McCord did not like what Q had to say about his son. But yeah, man, I definitely think the quarterback play absolutely has to level up if the Buckeyes have any chance of winning a national championship this year. I don't see it right now. I don't think he's playing at a level good enough to beat Michigan, and I don't think Michigan's playing great right now. Michigan's struggling to run the ball. JJ hasn't really been dotting shit up these past couple weeks. I think Michigan is in a slump and slightly regressing at the moment, and I think it would be a good time for the Buckeyes to catch them. But with the struggles that we're having at quarterback ourselves, I don't know if we can threaten them enough to get on the board and put up enough points. But yeah, man, I was just talking about I don't think the quarterback play is good enough to win a national championship right now. I don't think it's good enough to beat Michigan right now. I just want to get your thoughts on that before we get out of here.
Hell no, it ain't good enough, man. It needs to go way better, man. Like all y'all who said, why you look so depressed after the Notre Dame game? You wonder why. This is why. I knew right then and there I had lied to the people, and I felt bad about it, about Ohio State. Just, hey, Punk, chill out. I lied about Ohio State being this, national champ this season because the quarterback play has been not great at best. So, yeah, Kyle McCord, I don't know, man. Get that man on Compound V. Get some of that. Ain't gonna investigate for years. Get him that HGH, man. Let's do what we gotta do. Let's run it,
bro. The NCAA just wrapped a fucking an NCAA investigation from when I was in middle school. So I don't know what you mean about it's not gonna last years. Like that Tennessee investigation has been going on since I was in like 10th grade. Fucking 30.
By the time they find out, bro, we already had that natty trophy in there nice and secured. So I
Bro,
don't know
little
that.
peek. I saw you just swat that bug. Little peek behind the curtain, bro. I had that shit happen while we were on Bleacher Report, bro. And like I swatted at it and it went away. And then I'm looking at the camera. That bitch landed right on my fucking forehead, bro. What was I gonna do? Smack myself in the face? But yeah, man, a little bit of a shorter show today. We got a double dose of show. Chris Drew and I will be reacting to the college football playoff rankings on Bleacher Report tonight at 8 p.m. So make sure you tap in the Ohio State team stream in the Bleacher Report app. There are 82 people in here live with us right now. Make sure you smash that like button. It does us a ton of help in the algorithm. It pushes us to all of the other Buckeye fans and those loser Michigan haters. So appreciate you guys supporting, pulling up. Glad to be here live in the morning with my guy Q. It's been a minute, but we are here. Going to try to be here every morning live for the next couple days. And yeah, maybe get some guests on here for you. Make sure that you continue to tap in, like, comment, and subscribe. We got the Fans Edge tomorrow night at 7:30. I think we're doing a space too, so be on the lookout with for that. Me, Mike, Chris Drew, and some SEC people. So going to be jumping into the spaces tomorrow. We haven't really been in those much. And then, yeah, college football pregame show Saturday, instant reactions, and of course the flagship on Sunday, Buckeye BS at 10 a.m. Q. Let the people know where they can find you.
First of all, man, shout out to y'all, man. 80 up in the morning. Y'all waking up with it. I appreciate y'all. Definitely. If you hit that like button, we'll be here. It's a little easy for me. I got an extra hour now, so I'm not like just getting to bed and the alarm goes off. Up, time to do Buckeye roast. But no, appreciate y'all. Yeah, if you want to find me, I'm City Boy Quentin on Twitter. I ain't hard to find. DM, hit me up. Appreciate that. I haven't argued in a space in a little minute, so maybe I'll hop in there and try to argue with somebody. I'll almost miss it, man. I almost miss trolling, Miami, things like
Not
that.
at
So
all.
I have to get back in the spaces. But yeah, Flying Johnson on Instagram. That's pretty much where you can find me.
Bet. If you want to find me, you can find me on Twitter at 2Ts2_TES. And then tonight, with Chris Drew in the Bleacher Report app for the college football rankings instant reaction. Make sure that you pull up. We appreciate you tuning into the Buckeye Roast. Go Bucks and OH.
Ayo.